Hi everyone, welcome to Kole Sukailu, Real Aikaiwa Shadowing. Let's get started with today's shadowing lesson. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Hyomo, Ishoni, step up, Shimasho. Practice daily to master vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and rhythm. Repeat. Try again and again. Zehi. Shanaru no toroku wo. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
So, you know how in Japanese you might say omoshiroi when something is funny or interesting? Well, what's the deal in English? What do native speakers say?
Right. It's not as simple as just saying funny or interesting, is it? There's so many different ways to express that same kind of feeling.
Exactly. I mean, we've got tons of options depending on the situation, right?
Yeah.
So let's dive into a few cool phrases that capture that omoshiroi vibe. We'll start with, how about, that her's hilarious?
Oh yeah, hilarious is a good one. It's like when something is so funny, it's making you burst out laughing, you know?
Yeah, like you can stop. So if you're at a comedy show and the comedian tells a story that has you rolling in the aisles, you'd be like, that's hilarious.
Exactly. You wouldn't use hilarious for something that's just mildly amusing. It's got to be a real gut buster.
Totally. It's the kind of funny that makes you snort. Okay, what's next? How about that as riot?
A riot. That's a fun one. It's kind of like hilarious, but it gives more of a sense of chaos, right?
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Like if you're watching a slapstick comedy or a bunch of friends get into a goofy situation, you might describe it as a riot.
Oh, absolutely. Like the whole thing is just uncontrolled and funny and maybe even a little ridiculous.
Right. It's not just funny. It's like funny and a little wild. So what's something we'd use when something is interesting?
Okay, so if something is really fascinating or makes you think, you could say, that's intriguing.
Intriguing, yeah. It's like when you hear a mystery or a news story that makes you think, ooh, I want to know more about that.
Exactly. Like, it's not funny, but it's interesting in a way that pulls you in. It has an element of curiosity to it. You get what I mean?
I do. It's like, tell me more kind of feeling. Okay, so what would you use when something is enjoyable or fun?
How about, that was a blast.
Oh, a blast. That's a good one. It's for when you have such a fun time, you feel a surge of positive energy.
Yeah, it's like, I really enjoyed that. You would use it after a party or a concert or even after a day at the park with your friends.
Absolutely. Something memorable and super fun. And what if something just makes you laugh a little? It's not a riot, it's not a blast, but it's still funny.
Then that's amusing would work perfectly.
Amusing, yeah. It is a more lighthearted kind of funny, right?
Yeah, like when a cat does something silly or someone tells a little joke, something like that. It brings a smile to your face, but it's not going to make you laugh out loud.
That's it. It's gentle and pleasant and just amusing. So we've covered a lot of ground, huh?
Yeah, we have. And I think this gives a good idea of how the feeling of omoshiroi can be expressed in English.
So for our listeners who want to practice these phrases, here they are again. We had, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's a riot.
That's intriguing.
That was a blast.
And finally, that's amusing.
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? Kyomo sukoshi zutsu step up. Dekimashita ne. Hontoni. Sugoi desu. Please let me know your thoughts or requests in the comments. And Zehi cheneru no toroku wo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. Ashita mo, ishoni, gambarimashou ne. See you next time. Bye-bye.